two things are out of the way. Another awesome feature of Google Drawings is Hyperdocs. And if you're not familiar with Hyperdocs, you can check out our website, our Nebo coaches. If you type in Nebo Ed Tech, this is not the at-home site. This is our digital coach site. It says just Google search Nebo Ed Tech technology curriculum, and you can find some awesome resources here, teaching with tech, and get to our Hyperdocs page. Can talk more about Hyperdocs, but Google Drawings will be a great way to use Hyperdocs. And so I'm going to come here to get out my sandbox. Here we go. And we've embedded this folder for you, which has a lot of cool ideas. One of those is right here, the ones with the doors. Let's bring this up. So how can you use this for instruction? Hyperdocs is a great way to deliver content to students. As we're moving into this last part of the year, we need to cover curriculum, right? It also provides choice, and students, they love choice. Like, hey, I could do this or I could do that. It's nice for students to have that ability. It'll increase their engagement and motivation to actually do the assignment. So here's an example with a teacher made Hyperdocs as a window into Google Drawings. There are 5 different activities that you can do. So what they did is if I click on the window, it will actually hyperlink to something different. Here's a YouTube video. I haven't seen this one yet. Oh, another little drawing, a little video there. Here's a Google site, more I can do. But they put the little title in here, Google Drawings, and just made a quick little link. Here's a Ditch That Textbook, Matt Miller. So let's try one. I'm going to click on it and say, let's go to YouTube. Here we go. And so they even put a playlist. They link to a playlist. So, hey, watch this video first. Watch this video second. Awesome. Click play and students are off and going. Let's check out the hacks. Which one's about hacks? Taking us to a website. Yeah. And so they could read about Google Drawings right there. Awesome. So we take you to a website. The templates, here's another website that someone has made. Yeah, more templates for Google Drawings, which you can use. Look at this, awesome, for social studies, like little posters. Posters would be a great thing you could do besides Hyperdocs. Again, changing that size to an 8.5 by 11. I think someone was just talking about like county reports. When I taught 4th grade, this is probably about that time, you're doing county reports. 5th grade, you're doing state reports, maybe some kind of wax museum character in there for upper grades. That would be great. Lower grades, maybe we're doing an animal report. We can definitely change these Google Drawings into an animal report. Again, that file, come down to page setup. I can change that back to the 8.5 by 11, going back to inches. And of course, I probably delete all this stuff in here, but you can get this template set up for students and say, how do you want this to look? I can even get rid of that background for them, unless you want that background all the same. But there we go, right? I can have a little template right here, and you can put in things like, hey, I want all the kids to maybe have a title for name of your, if we're doing 4th grade, for example, name of your county. It could be at the top, and you can even set what size of font that would be. You could give students choice of, how big do you want things to be. 24 is pretty good. And what, like a rubric, what do they want them to have in there? What do they manufacture? What are some points of interest to that county? Whatever you're already doing, this is a great way for students then to use and create that same poster and be able to submit it digitally. If you're using Google Classroom, awesome. Because that way you could go through and combine those together and share them out like you would your county fair. All right, so that's kind of a fun way to do there. Let's go back. That's kind of the idea of a Hyperdoc. And we have, if I can close that one up. Awesome, this is great resource right here, more to do. And let's switch places. Here we go. Another one would be like a tic-tac-toe. Here's another feature that we did for adult learning, a little choice of a professional learning network. or personalized learning network, depending on how you want to look at it. But we gave students choice. We said, all right, here are 9 different choices that you could learn about, and pick 3, make a bingo out of it, right? And so they can just grab these X's and say, okay, which one did I do? Maybe I learned about, I did part of the Ed Chat. And then maybe they learn about the blog. So let's learn about creating a teacher channel. And the students can go through and do that. They can put the little X's on top, and then they can submit this back through Classroom or through Seesaw, and the teacher would know, hey, okay, this is what that kid did. I also made a few more X's for those overachievers. The nice thing about this is students can go through and do more, right? They want to go out and do more. You know, you have those students or those parents like, hey, my kid's not doing enough. I want them to do more. Well, here's a fun way for students. They can go through and, hey, I want to maybe learn about this, or I want to learn about Google Keep. They can go through and make a second bingo, or they can go through and try for blackout, right? Maybe you have a prize or a badge or something where they would go through and complete more than just the 3 that you require. So that's kind of another idea there, a little teacher bingo, right? Again, you just put up there different activities that you probably already do in class, but let the students have that choice and that freedom, which will naturally increase motivation and interest for the students to do the work.